If you're trying to build a wardrobe that you love, filled with clothes you can't wait to wear, well, then you're gonna wanna watch this video because this video shares the 6 things I teach my styling clients before you buy new clothes. So there are many reasons why we shop. It's not just because we might need something in our closet or we want something new. A lot of times it has an emotional component, what we buy, what we choose, how we feel when we go shopping. For many of us, shopping is much more than just about buying an item. We might be shopping because we're bored, we might be shopping because we feel lonely, we might be shopping because we think if we have the perfect item or the perfect wardrobe, we're gonna feel a certain way about ourselves or about our bodies. But a lot of us, when we're shopping, it can be about something else. So in this video, I wanna really break down 6 things to think about before you're gonna buy an item so that you don't fall into shopping as a way to try to fill something more on an emotional level. So what is your criteria? When I say criteria, I'm talking about what does an item need to have before you bring it into your closet? And yes, I do think it's important to think about this. If you want to curate a closet that you love, this is super important to think about. So what are the things that an item must have? Is it a fabric choice? Do you need it to be a certain fabric? Is it a quality? Do you need it to be a certain quality? Is it a color or a print or a neutral? What are the elements that you're drawn to that you love about an item? Also, what is the style of an item? Does it work with your personal style? When you know your personal style, it can help you curate a closet full of pieces that you love and feel authentic to who you are. Also, when you're thinking about the criteria of an item, does it work with your lifestyle? Sometimes we think we might wear that stiletto heel, but in reality, we're home with toddlers and we're not going out as much anymore, so we don't really have a place to wear that. So if you're not sure where to start with how to find what your criteria is, I recommend taking out the pieces in your closet that are your favorite pieces. What are the pieces that are your go-tos that you know you always feel great in? And if you have a standing rack, this is a great place to use it. And if you don't have a standing rack, you can either lay the items on your bed or you can just make a little spot in your closet where you can put these items. But as you go through these items, and I think it's a great idea to grab a notebook and a pen when you're doing this exercise, but look at each piece and what are the things that you love about it? Now, it could be the color, the fabric, the style, the fit. It could be the pattern, it could be the quality, or some other element about this piece that you love, that you're drawn to. And I recommend doing this with anywhere from 5 to 10 pieces, your most loved pieces in your closet. And once you come up with those qualities or descriptive words for those pieces, see which words come up again and again and again. Is there a theme amongst those items that you're finding? And that theme is probably what your criteria is. So for me, my criteria is something needs to be high quality, something needs to fit well, and something needs to be a classic style. But for me, when I'm thinking about buying a new item, it has to meet at least these 3 criteria, if not more. If it only meets 1 criteria, if it only is the style I like, but it's not high quality and it doesn't fit me well, that's an easy way to take the emotion out of making this purchase decision and say, you know what, this isn't a piece that I'm gonna add to my closet. The next tip to building a wardrobe you love is to have a shopping list. So a shopping list just prioritizes the things that you need. So you can put the items on your list that you're missing. So sometimes if you have a hard time knowing the pieces you're missing, keep a notebook near your closet or just your phone when you're getting dressed. And when you're putting outfits together, whether you're setting a time aside to do it once a week to create your outfits for the week and play in your closet, or you're putting outfits together the morning of each day, when you're putting those looks together, are there things you're missing? So sometimes if you're putting an outfit together and you're going to reach for the shoes, but you don't have a pair of shoes that matches with this look. So you might be missing a neutral boot or a black boot, or you might be missing a flat. Whatever you find that you're missing from your closet to put outfits together easily, those things will go on your shopping list. Another thing I recommend when you're trying to figure out what the gaps are in your closet, and how to create a shopping list. And this really applies to if you're looking at your closet and you feel like you have a bunch of clothes, but it's hard to get dressed, or you feel like you have nothing to wear, then I recommend looking into a capsule wardrobe, a foundation wardrobe, or at least taking a look at some of the recommended items on a capsule list. Now, I have a free PDF capsule worksheet that I will link up above and down in the description for you. You can grab that and take a look. Now, some of those items may not apply to you. Some of those items may not work for your lifestyle or your personal style, but in general, look at it as a way to think about some of the items that you could get use out of. And if there are items you don't have in your closet that you feel like you might be missing, then that's something that goes on your shopping list. So a reason to have a shopping list is, one, so you have a closet that's functional. So when you're putting outfits together, you actually have all the items you need to put a head to toe look together that you feel confident in. But having a shopping list also makes you more focused when you are choosing to bring something into your closet. So you're not just going shopping, you don't really know what you're missing, so you're just kind of buying items without really any kind of plan, but you're bringing those items into your closet, but then they may not be filling the gaps. A shopping list will help you build a functional wardrobe. And even one of your criteria can be, it needs to be an item on my shopping list. So when you're looking at an item and you're deciding whether or not to buy it, one of those things you're thinking about is this something on my shopping list? And along the same lines, the next tip is, do you have a capsule wardrobe in your closet? Do you have a foundation? When I talk about a capsule wardrobe, I'm not someone that thinks you only need to have these pieces and no other pieces, or this is the exact capsule wardrobe for every single person. People's capsule wardrobes can change, again, based on their lifestyle, based on their age, their personal style, and what their criteria are. But in general, I want you to think about having the basics in your closet. So having the pieces that are in neutral colors, that are classic, that are high quality, that fit you well, that you know can easily mix and match with other items in your closet. So if you're looking at your closet, if you feel like you have a bunch of clothes, but you still feel stuck and you feel like you have nothing to wear, or look at that capsule PDF I have and just see if you're missing some of those items in your closet. If you're missing some of those foundational wardrobe pieces, the pieces that I used to think were so boring and that I hated spending money on, but now that I have those pieces, and since I've had those pieces, it is so easy to get dressed. It makes, and it's not boring because there's so many ways to style those pieces. So having a foundation of neutral, high quality capsule wardrobe essentials in your closet is definitely something I recommend when you're building a closet that you want to love. Because sometimes if it's hard to get dressed, even though we have a lot of clothes, we might just have a closet full of statement pieces instead of a closet full of foundation pieces. And statement pieces are great, but when you have a closet full of statement pieces and no capsule wardrobe essential pieces, it's going to make it really hard to get dressed because you're only going to have the statement pieces to wear with each other. And statement pieces, they're not as versatile. They're not supposed to be versatile. They're usually prints or colors, or there's something, the details are a little bit more interesting. They're not going to go with as many items in your closet. So when you look at your closet, if you don't have a capsule wardrobe, if you don't have a foundation, and your closet is full of statement pieces, this can definitely be a reason that it's hard to get dressed and that you don't have a wardrobe you're excited waking up to. The next thing to think about before buying new clothes is, can you return it? Now, this is especially important if you're still figuring out your style, if you're still trying to curate your closet, if this is all kind of more new to you and you're in the practice phase of building a closet you love and a style you love. So you want to have that flexibility that you can return items. Even me, even somebody that's had a wardrobe that I've loved for over 15 years, I don't buy anything unless I can return it. If it doesn't have a good return policy, I won't buy it because I want that flexibility. I want to know that if I change my mind or if I bring it home and I don't feel the same way about it, that I can return it. I think a good return policy is so vital to build a closet that you love, especially when you're in the initial stages and you're still trying to figure out your criteria, or you're still trying to figure out your personal style and your shopping list. This is why I stopped boutique shopping years ago. I would go into boutiques, I would buy something kind of more on a whim. I wouldn't have a shopping list. I didn't know my criteria. and I'd bring it home, and I would say probably at least a third of the time I wanted to return it, but the return policies, they didn't really have return policy, or it was exchange only, or 7 days, or something that didn't work with my lifestyle. So now when I'm buying something, I want to make sure I can return it. I want that flexibility. I want to know I can change my mind. The next thing to think about before you're bringing something into your closet is, does it fit you? Does it fit you now? And if it doesn't fit, can you commit to having it tailored? So thinking about this question before you actually buy the item, can you commit? If it doesn't fit you perfectly, if it doesn't fit you in a way that you feel confident and great, or you're kind of like trying to make it work, but it really doesn't, or it's a little big in one area, but you have a hard time finding clothes that fit, so you're just gonna compromise. Well, can you commit then to having it tailored before you buy the item? If you can't commit to spending that extra money to have it tailored, or doing the research to find a good tailor, then I would say no, don't bring it into your closet. Because I have walked into hundreds of closets over the last 16 years of styling clients, and there are items, almost everyone has had items that are just sitting in their closets with the tags on, and it didn't fit perfectly, but they thought they would get it tailored, or they thought they could make it work, but they never committed to getting it tailored. So it's been sitting in their closet for months, or sometimes even years, and they didn't make that commitment. So make sure it fits, and if it doesn't fit you perfectly, where you feel confident with how it fits you, make sure you can commit to getting it tailored before you buy it. And the next one is another really big thing to pay attention to before you're buying an item. Do you love it? Not do you love it on the hanger, not do you love it because you're out shopping with your friends and you're having fun, but do you love it when you put it on your body in that first 7 seconds? It's that 7 seconds when you're in the dressing room by yourself looking at the mirror. Is that immediate reaction, I love this? Or is it one where you're thinking about it? Well, this might work with those pants I got that I need a top for. Or, well, if I wear this under that cardigan I got, it'll work. Or maybe if I lose that extra 10 pounds, it'll fit me right. Or whatever it may be. Start to pay attention when you put an item on. Before asking anyone else how it looks, start to pay attention to yourself. Your voice is the strongest, because if you feel great in it, that's what matters, not what anyone else thinks. If you love it and you feel confident in it, that's the most important thing. So when you put it on, take a few minutes and pay attention to your thoughts. Do you love it, or are you making excuses for why this will work? So that is such an important part of bringing clothes into your closet that you love. And if you want more help to curate a closet that you love and have a wardrobe you're excited to wear, I do offer in-person styling in Los Angeles, and I also offer virtual styling sessions. So I'll leave the link up above and also down in the description box if you are ready to really invest in yourself, invest in your style, and you would like support curating a wardrobe full of things you're excited to wear. And if you want more shopping tips from me to curate a closet you love and have less shopping regrets, you can watch this playlist next. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.